Hi, I'm Fabio Polo. I'm working for Swegon, and today I will try to, let's say, introduce my story and explain why I choose to work in this sector, why I'm still working in this sector, and why I think it's a great opportunity to stay in this sector also in the future, and what the future will tell to us in the next years. So at the beginning, when I was still in the high school, my friends were always cheating me because I was too much engineering side. So let's say going in the university at engineering was some kind of no-brain. The difficult was which discipline to choose within the many which were available. And what I decided to follow was energetic engineering. At that time in Padua, it was one of the first classes and one of the first time that there was this kind of engineering. And the reason why I choose that, it was that I want to study about green energy production, renewable resources, and all the things linked to that kind of field. In the end, when the university was over, anyhow, the choice, the first work was totally different from this kind of environment, and I start to work in the cooling and heating environment. Sincerely, the main reason why I choose cooling and heating sector was that in the area where I was living and where I'm living, there were a lot of companies, manufacturers, which were inside that sector. So there was a big choice and there was a lot of opportunities. So just to make more clear, I always remember a little fact that happened some time ago. I was at the airport. I was going to meet a customer, and I was let's say taking a sandwich, a bad sandwich, because for an Italian when we are abroad the food is always a difficult task. Anyhow, I was there with another engineer from another company, and we were talking about life, how it was going, and so on. And he asked me where I was from, and I said I'm from the northeast of Italy. And he said, "Oh, the Cooling Valley. In fact, this area is famous all around the world because there are a lot of cooling and heating manufacturers and producers." So the first choice was probably driven by the opportunity. Anyhow, if I'm here after more than 10 years, it's because I felt in love with this sector. It's something that really captured me, and I'm here and I'm proud to be here. So now I'm working for a company which is taking care of providing the best air quality. Best air quality for ambient where people lives, and also for computer rooms. Of course, the two things are not the same. What makes people feeling good inside, it's different from what makes a computer properly working. Anyhow, let's say we have the proper expertise to provide the right air quality to both type of ambient, and we know that we need to provide different quality of air, different filtration, different level of humidities, light, noise, everything. It's important in order that people feel better when they are in the office, in the home, and they can provide their best, and then when computers are in the computer room, provide their best performances. On the other side, it's extremely important, and every year it's even more important that we make this proper air quality consuming less energy as possible with the best possible sustainability inside our products. Frankly speaking, this is the key element for me staying in this sector. In fact, consider that today 40% of the whole European energy consumption is taken by buildings, and inside buildings 80% of the energy consumption is due to cooling and heating. So if we really want to win the fight for the climate change and avoid it, making the cooling and heating sector as much as sustainable as possible is one key element. There are so big changes going on. On one side, Europe is targeting the world decarbonization of the heating sector. On the others, to make this, we need to use refrigerants. But we need to use refrigerants more and more sustainable. What does it mean? It means that they have the lowest impact to the atmosphere. On one side, they must have a lower global warming potential, lower year-over-year. And on the other side, we need to take care also of any possible chemical impact to the atmosphere. And this is not a choice, this is a must. It's a must because Europe on one side is making regulation more and more strict and wants to be, let's say, the example in the world for similar regulation. On the other, as Swegon, we strongly believe on this and we always want to be a precursor on that, having products which are even ahead than the regulation. Clearly, my friends working in the technical office, in the research and development are not so excited as me, which I'm working in the product development, product management and so on. But I think also for them it's a good time to be in this sector because they are not just working in new products which are, let's say, incrementally better than old ones. They are really working to new technologies, new solutions, new products which are fairly different from how the product were looking like before. So also for them it's quite an interesting time to be in this sector. So thank you for listening. I hope my little introduction to this sector, my story, can make you more curious to study it and maybe in the future join it and work all together to make our sector even more sustainable in the future.